I didn't realize at the time how big the moment was.
You are looking live at Midtown Manhattan, where NBA Commissioner Adam Silver is expected to take the podium any second now.
I remember walking out into that hotel ballroom in New York and seeing CNN and Fox News and realizing this was now much bigger than sports and much bigger than anything I had ever faced before.
Interestingly enough, I find that the right thing often comes to you very quickly. It is so clear. And the most important thing is when it does and when you know what the right thing is, you just have to make sure you do the right thing.
I do remember realizing early on that to the extent that that was Donald, it would be untenable for him to continue. It felt to me that I needed, in essence, to find within our NBA Constitution the authority to act quickly and decisively.
Adam and I talked fairly early on. It was clear that he knew in his heart that the right thing was to get Donald Sterling out of the sport. The advice that I gave him was that you're going to hear a lot from lawyers and other experts in terms of just how far the NBA commissioner can go, but don't let anybody get in the way of you doing what you know deep down is the right thing.
Everyone was counting on me on behalf of the league, not as Adam Silver, but as a representative of the league, to ensure that this institution responded in an appropriate manner. Because this was a crisis, but it was one arguably of our own making. This was one of our own.
Thank you all for being here. The central findings of the investigation are that the man whose voice is heard on the recording is Mr. Sterling. I am personally distraught that the views expressed by Mr. Sterling came from within and caused current and former players, fans, and partners of the NBA to question their very association with the league. To them, and pioneers of the game like Earl Lloyd, Chuck Cooper, Sweetwater Clifton, the great Bill Russell, and particularly Magic Johnson, I apologize. Accordingly, effective immediately, I am banning Mr. Sterling for life from any association with the Clippers organization or the NBA.
I had never seen that before. I was like, damn, they banned him? Like, for how? Then I was like, for how long? You know, like, he owns the team. How they ban this guy?
Mr. Sterling may not attend any NBA games or practices. He may not be present at any Clippers facility, and he may not participate in any business involving the team.
I was happy that he had to pay the consequences, and he was made an example. He was the first one in the history of American sports to be banned as an owner.
I mean, that's that line from Shakespeare that some are born great and some have greatness thrust upon them. I really do believe that Adam Silver had greatness thrust upon him at that moment.
It was the right thing to do, but he didn't have to. He didn't have to do that. He could have suspended him. He could have said, we're going through an investigation. He could have waited. But instead of deflecting it, he took ownership of it and said, yeah, this is part of me and I don't like it anymore. And I'm going to cut it out.
We stand together in condemning Mr. Sterling's views. They simply have no place in the NBA.
Adam Silver has been commissioner of the NBA for 3 months, but we only truly met the man today. And he means business. With pointed bursts of sentences and an economical selection of words, Silver buried Clippers owner Donald Sterling.
When he said lifetime, I said, wow. It was one of the proudest moments I have, being in the NBA family.
Made me feel like we are in this thing together, and we are in this thing together.
It was an amazing moment because it said, I have your back. That's the only time, arguably, in the history of any professional sports league that players had justification to feel like a commissioner had their back.
I think at that point, we had seen small pockets of the players realizing their power. it's a whole other thing to get an NBA owner ousted. I think we'd all been wondering, what is going to be the thing where these guys all collectively stand up and stand for something? We wondered what that would be, and we got our answer.
It was a turning point. There was once upon a time where guys wouldn't say how they felt. They were worried about the backlash of endorsements or what people may say or how they may react to their feelings, but not anymore.
And you could just tell how united everybody was at that point, and it was bigger than, you know, purple and gold, red and blue, whatever. It was banding together against something that's not right, and this was kind of like, well, Game 5.
What I remember was Game 5 at home when we came out for warm-ups, and it felt like the fucking Super Bowl. I mean, there was nowhere to warm up. It was just cameras everywhere, every news outlet you can think of. There's a picture of me, you know, talking with Jesse Jackson. You know, everyone was on the court.
Once we got to the arena, it was a circus atmosphere. You know, we are one is what we came up with, and he kept announcing that. Like the fans needed therapy. And I thought it brought everyone together.
A little bit further over, with another turnover for Golden State. Here comes Griffin.
I'd never seen an energy like that. The way they just cheered their hearts out for us and was standing ovations and stood a lot of the game.
Ball by Lee to the rack. It was touched, and Jordan is there. He may have gotten it to go. They signal he did. They'll review.
It was a special place. You know, I think it gives me chills talking about it right now, but it was good to kind of realize that, okay, we're back at home with, you know, fans that love us, and, you know, through love, we could defeat hate.
The Los Angeles Clippers have gone up 3 games to 2. Doc Rivers has navigated his team through an emotional day, an emotional 4 days.
I think at that point we had gotten all of our angry emotion out. I feel like we harnessed everything and we used it in a positive way and ended up winning a game that helped us win a series.
The quick handoff and the drive and the collision and the tie! What a play!
Game 7 was awesome. And I remember when we won the game, that was the first time I released my emotions, like, you know, throwing my fist up to the crowd. I mean, I was fired up. That was a good day.
The Los Angeles Clippers have won Game 7. And they advance to the second round with tears of joy.
As the game was kind of wrapped up late, I knew not to watch what happened on the court. I knew to watch Doc because he was sort of the emotional symbol of the team at this point. To me, like, you could get a sense of release and kind of being able to sort of put this behind them. I just don't think they knew that it wasn't going to go away. This was, you know, only getting started.